Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I have for you the latest create and make, and this one is called the Eye of Newt potion bottle. Now this is obviously Halloween themed, which is not what I'm doing. I'm kind of using some of the bits and pieces, but I'm doing it a little bit different. But I will be making a potion bottle. But just to go through some of the dies that you have in here, you've got the side panel here to make the potion bottle. You've got a base, you've got a piece that goes over the top where your cork will sit on top, and these pieces here all help towards making that. You've got this potion bottle, you've got the skull and bones, again another skull and bones here, you've got a centipede, you've got a spider, you've got a spider web here, you've got this banner die, and what's good about this banner die is you've got the shadowing layer behind, and then you've got a couple of sentiments that will go in there. There's a couple more sentiments here. I think this one is Eye of Newt, and I'm not sure what this one says, bear with. Trick or treat. So it'd be perfect as a little treat box. You've got a coffin here, and you've got this eye here, the eyeball here as well. So quite a lot of dies in this set to make this potion bottle. The sentiments in these ones, one says poison and one says venom. And yeah, so it's quite a compact little die set. These are the cheaper of the tonic dies that you'll get within these die set collections. So $14.99 is the UK price. I'm not sure about the US price, but I would assume it's something similar to that. So just remember, you know, even a set like this, although it's got skull and bones and things, you don't have to use it in that way. You can still use the potion bottle as a decorative element, which is what I'm going to do in this make. So hopefully this gives you a bit of inspiration to do it in a different way. It doesn't necessarily have to be Halloween. And yeah, let's crack on and get one of these made. Now I have already made up two, and I'm going to go through how you make the bottle, and I'm also going to have a tray. So I'm going to have 3 in total, and they're going to basically be all different sizes. And again, you can change up the sizes of these. So let me bring in the 2 that I've already made. So these are the 2 that I have already made, and as you can see, so this is your standard sized bottle, and you can basically trim your side panels to make them different heights. Yeah, you can make them different heights. So like this one, it's got the centipedes on it, and it's got the sentiment venom on it, on that banner die. And what I've done with the banner as well, as you can see here, I've actually paper pieced the pieces back in, so yeah, it just kind of fills those gaps. I've got a couple of spiders on this one, and I've put some pretty gems on it as well, just to pretty it up. It's going to be the Good Witches potion range, shall we say. And then this one's obviously got centipedes on it. I am using vintage vignette papers on this as well, with 216 GSM Craft Perfect in Ballet Pink. I'm using Rose Platinum mirror card as well, and for my base, I'm going to have it on a tray. I'm using 290 GSM pink cardstock. I've got a few bits and pieces cut out. I've got some embellishments, I've got a bow, so we're just going to crack on and get one made really. So those are the two different sizes, and I'm going to make the tallest one now. That, you know, it's up to you. You have your standard size, and then it's up to your imagination how tall you want your bottle to be really. So those are my two. I'm going to put those to one side. So for this then, what you need, if you're making a standard potion bottle, you need one of these pieces, but because I'm making it a little bit taller, I've taken another panel and I've basically trimmed to the size that I wanted. I trimmed it. In actual fact, because I'm making what I've made two already, but in total I'm going to have 3. I only cut out layers, panels for 3 bottles, and trimmed this smaller one down, saved the bottom piece to then obviously add onto this panel here to make it taller. So you need 4 of these, and if you want it taller, you need to have a bottom section of another 4. You need 2 of these squares, because this is for your base. You need to cut out 1 of these. You also need to cut out 1 of these. You need to cut out 4 of these pieces. I've burnished all my score lines just to speed up the process of having to do everything in the video. So you need 4 of these, and then you need 4 of these pieces here. Again, I've burnished all my score lines just to speed this process up. I've also cut out that banner, and this is what I mean when I say I've paper pieced everything back in. So I've cut the banner out in pearlesant. Oh, that's the other one I used. I used pearlesant Princess Pink pearlescent card, and I've backed it onto some of that rose platinum, and then I'm going to add a sentiment on. Now within this collection you do have, let me just bring that back in, you do have a piece to add decoration. So you could have like pattern paper if you wanted, but for this particular one I've actually just trimmed it on my caterpillar. I've just trimmed a piece that was long enough that will cover that whole section, and you can't really see the joins or anything now because it's all covered. So depending on how long you want your bottle to be, you cut your decorative elements to that length. Okay, so hopefully that's everything. The other thing I'm doing as well is I just thought it'd be nice for it to sit on a tray. So I've taken the largest circle from the hat box. I'm sure some of you will have this die. I've taken the largest circle from the hat box, and I've also, let's just quickly show you, I've also taken the side panel for the lid. I've cut that out 4 times in pearlescent baby pink, and I've sorry, princess pink, not baby pink, princess pink, and I've then cut it out 4 times in ballet pink, and then I've cut the decorative piece in the middle as well. So let's hopefully you've played with your hat box, and you kind of know all these pieces, but I've basically stuck 4 of my panels together. You don't need to curve the, sorry, you don't need to fold these tabs on these side panels, because you're making a circular shape which you're curving, so you don't need to actually fold. I'll be using my petunia glue press, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply glue to all these semicircle tabs. I'll do it a bit at a time. So I'm just taking my pink cardstock. Sorry, kind of lost my words there. I'm going to take my, actually, hold on, no, I'm taking my pearlescent one, because that's going to be my bottom. So I'm going to take my pearlescent one, and I'm just basically going to go all the way around. I also do like to cross-pollinate dyes, so you get an idea of what you can mix and match within your dye set collection. It's just too much of a shame to buy a dye set and to let it sit gathering dust. So make use of some of the dyes, because then at least you know you've put it to good use, and every penny you've spent on it is then worth every penny. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a dot of glue onto that end tab there, and then bring all that in. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with my precision tool and just give everything a good press. I've missed a couple there. There we go. So now what we need to do is place our base on onto the onto the back of here. So I'm just going to apply lots of glue. I really like this precision glue press. Oh my god, it is such a game changer for me. Right, so I'm just going to go ahead and place that on top. What I forgot to mention is I've already added my decoration panels to this piece here. I've already added those on just to save on time, really. Okay, so there we go, that's stuck down. And then all I'm going to do with this piece is I'm going to attach it, and I'm just going to stick it facing up, like these tabs are facing up. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to the back of these panels here. Okay, so I'm just going to find one of the joins here, and I'm just going to place that just over the top, and I'm going to press that down. Okay, so that's my tray made. I am going to put feet. I've got these tiny little, well, I say they're tiny, they're not tiny, but I am going to put feet on my tray, shall we say, because that's what I'm making with this. So I am going to stick these beads on, but I'll do that after. Now that that is made, I'm going to let that sit and dry for a second. I did want to put something heavy in it. Oh no, maybe not that. Okay, let's put it to one side anyway. So for the bottle then, the potion bottle. So what I'm going to do with the potion bottle is, where I've cut this other piece here, I'm going to apply glue to that tab. And I'm going to join these two pieces up, making sure that my score lines and everything are level here. Making sure everything is nice and straight, which it is now. And then just press that down. I'm then going to go ahead and fold my score lines. Give it a really good burnish with your precision tool. Just going to do the rest. Okay, so now that that panel is stuck down, I'm going to put my decoration piece on now while it's still flat. So this is my patterned paper. It's got the rose gold foiling on it, so it goes nicely with rose platinum. So I'm just going to place that over the top here. Like so. And then press that down. So now bring in your square panels and apply glue to the bottom tabs here, and then go ahead and glue your panels down onto each side of that square. Okay, so now go ahead and bring in your second square panel, apply glue to the back of it, and then just place that on the inside, covering up all those tabs. And then just press that down. So now what we're going to do is apply glue to each of these tabs on the side here, and we're going to bring up our side. So apply glue. I'm also going to Oh, I forgot to fold these bits. So there are tabs, these semicircle tabs on the top. You need to also fold those. And then apply glue to those as well. And then I'm just going to go all the way around. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. So now what you're going to do is bring in these pieces here, these pieces, and you're going to apply glue. Make sure you burnish all your score lines. You're going to apply glue to that bottom tab there, and you're going to place that on the inside of the mouth of the top. I'm going to press those down. So I'm just putting my finger inside and just pressing them down as far down as it will go. So I'm just going to go all the way around. Okay, so once you've done that, apply glue to these tabs here. And then just go ahead and close those sides up like that. So you should then have something that looks like this. So it kind of looks a bit like a cracker really, doesn't it? So you've got that. Now what you need to do is apply glue to the inside of each of those panels. And then take this piece here, make sure you burnish the lines really well. And you're basically going to push that inside the top there. And just gently push it in. Excuse me. And gently, gosh, I'm so sorry. Gently push that in. And then just rub each side. I'm just going to press down with my fingers. And there you have the top to your potion bottle. There we go. Okay, now we're going to make the cork that goes inside. So this one, again, really easy to do. You're just applying, you're taking this piece here, you're going to apply glue to those tabs, and you're just going to go around attaching these pieces all the way around. Make sure you give them a really good press to make sure they are really well stuck down. You're going to go ahead, fold these pieces out. It will make your life so much easier. And then go ahead and apply glue to these side tabs here and start bringing your panels in at an angle there. Okay, so once you've glued all your panels down, at this point, the piece that falls out of this piece here, use that same die to cut out a decorative panel to go on your lid. That's what I've done. So I'm just going to attach that piece onto the top here. Like so. And then all you're going to do is fold one piece in first and then apply glue right to that edge there. Fold another piece in, apply glue right the way to the edge again, and you're basically going to go all the way around doing the same thing. So it just folds in on itself all the way around, and that, just make sure you hold it. That is your cork for your potion bottle. So that's done. Let's do some decorating. I think, you know, we're at a point where we can actually decorate. So I think I want to bear with, there's a piece here that needs to be just pressed down. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to pick a side. Any side? Let's pick a side. Let's pick this side. Okay, so we're going to decorate now. It has suddenly got really dark, really dark. So I'm going to bring in that sentiment piece, and I've cut, sorry, the banner piece, and I've cut the sentiment poison. So I'm just going to attach that to my banner. It's starting to rain quite heavy, and I've got to go to London today, so that's going to be fun and games. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to the back of this sentiment here, and I am going to attach that on to there. Let's do it there. Okay, then press that down. And then I have got this spider web. So I'm going to put, oh, I haven't poked it all out. There we go. I'm going to take my spider web and place that on the bottom like so, like that. I'm also going to put my hot glue gun on quickly because we need that. So I'll just put that there for a second. And then we have some spiders and some centipedes. So let's start with some spiders. Again, these are in platinum, rose platinum. I'm going to stick one spider there, I think. One there. And then let's stick a couple of these centipedes on. So if I stick one there, then get another one. Oh. Maybe stick another one there, like that. And I think I've got one more spider. And I'll put that one here, like so. And then what I want to do is bring in some tiny little gems, and I'm just going to scatter them here, there and everywhere, just to add some fun to this. Have one there. I think that's enough gems. So these are just tiny little gems. You've probably got loads of these things in your stash. So I'm just going to place these on top. Like so. So you've got a bit of sparkle going on there. Okay, so hopefully my glue gun is nearly ready. That's my 3 bottles. Let me just bring my other 2 in so you can see what they look like. So these are the 3 different sizes that I've been able to make. I'm sure you'll be able to do other things, but doesn't that look so cute? And it doesn't look Halloween. You know, you can do like beauty bottles and lotions and potions. So I'm hoping my glue gun is ready. So I'm just going to apply dots of glue. And I'll stick one there. See, this is what I don't like about hot glue guns. The stringy bits. Okay, that's one stuck down. I'm basically leveling up with all, I'm going to level up with all the joins. So that is going to be my base. I'm just thinking I might add, do I add? I am going to add flowers because that's what I do. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply flowers to my tray. So I'm just going to stick a couple on each of those joints, and I'm just going to go all the way around. And then I've got one last thing to do, which is to add a tiny little bow. I think I'm going to add that onto there. So I'm going to place that centrally onto there, like so. And then I can put my potion bottles. Let's switch this off. Let's just put that back there. Just going to put my potion bottles on my tray, like so. And that is my, let's see if I can hold it all. That is my potion bottles. I've done 3 together, all together. And that is my tray with my, let's call them love potions. There you go. There'll be some love potions. So that is my make all done. I think it's such an absolutely brilliant die set, and you know, there are so many uses for it. I did want to add, you know, and you know, I don't want to go over the top. I did want to add like beads and things. You know, I've got so many things I could potentially add to it just to jazz it up, but I think that's enough. I've already put quite a lot on. Ah, gosh. Right, so this is the time where I say thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell to receive notifications of any future videos. The link for this will be in the description below. I do use affiliate links, so please do use them. They don't cost anything extra for you, but Tonic do then provide me a small commission for providing inspiration and promoting the item. So I think all that's left to say is do please subscribe. Again, that doesn't cost anything, and you know, you're helping my channel grow, and you know, I'm then able to provide my inspiration to a lot more people. I do find though there are a lot of people that do watch my channel. You know, some videos have a number of views, but the subscriber numbers don't reflect you know, the amount of people that are watching my videos. So please try and support those that you watch, And if you don't know how to subscribe, or you know, if you've got any questions, leave a comment below if you can, or reach out in any way possible, and I will do everything I can to help. So thank you again so much for watching. Let me just lay those out like that so you can see them all without the lid falling out. There you go. And that's the tray that they sit in. It doesn't want to stay. Doesn't want to stay. All right, so thank you again so much, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.